I trusted my girlfriend when she said she was infertile. Then she got pregnant with my best friend's baby. They expected me to pay child support, so I exposed their scheme. Hey Reddit. Before we dive in, just a quick note. We're working super hard to bring you the best stories out there. So hit that subscribe button and help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers soon. Let's start the story. I never thought I'd be the guy caught in this kind of mess. At 32, I thought I had life figured out. Growing up in Pinecrest, a tight-knit mountain community where gossip travels faster than wildfire, shaped me into someone who values loyalty above all else. My childhood revolved around my best friend, Jake. We were inseparable, exploring forest trails, competing on the same hockey teams, and dreaming about opening our own microbrewery someday. He wasn't just a friend. He was the brother I never had. We supported each other through everything: family troubles, academic struggles, and broken hearts. After college, life took us in different directions. But when we both ended up back in Pinecrest years later, it felt like fate. I settled into a comfortable apartment downtown while working as a project manager for a construction company. Jake bounced between odd jobs, still trying to find his calling. Despite the years apart, we picked up right where we left off, spending weekends hiking or catching up over local craft beers. About 2 years ago, I met Melissa at a charity fundraiser. She had this contagious laugh and a genuine way of listening that made you feel important. Our connection was immediate, comfortable, and natural. We started spending more time together, taking long drives through the mountains, trying new restaurants, or simply enjoying quiet evenings watching old movies. 3 months in, we made it official. From the beginning, Melissa was open about something significant. She claimed she was infertile. One night while discussing future plans, she casually mentioned that doctors had diagnosed her with a hormonal condition that made pregnancy nearly impossible. I accepted this as fact, never questioning why someone would fabricate something so personal. As our relationship progressed, Jake and Melissa developed their own friendship. The three of us often hung out together, and I initially felt fortunate that the two most important people in my life got along so well. Looking back, I should have noticed the subtle changes, their increasing text exchanges, private jokes, and how they'd sometimes fall silent when I entered a room. I dismissed these as harmless interactions. The first real warning came on a Thursday evening. After a grueling day at work, I stopped by Jake's place unannounced. Despite his car being in the driveway, he never answered his door or returned my calls. Later that night, I discovered he and Melissa had been together, claiming they tried to reach me but couldn't. I believed them, attributing it to poor cell reception in parts of Pinecrest. Over the following weeks, more suspicious behavior emerged. Melissa became secretive with her phone, stepping outside for calls and returning with obvious tension. She began declining weekend plans, claiming exhaustion or needing personal space. Meanwhile, Jake suddenly became unavailable whenever I suggested group gatherings. When I voiced my concerns, Melissa dismissed them as paranoia, insisting I needed to trust her more. Then came the bombshell. Melissa announced she was pregnant. Given her supposed infertility, I was initially confused, then briefly elated. She shrugged off my questions, saying doctors make mistakes and sometimes miracles happen. As reality set in, all the red flags I'd ignored came rushing back. 2 weeks later, Melissa confessed the baby might not be mine. She blamed a one-time mistake with Jake after too many drinks, insisting it meant nothing and our relationship was what truly mattered. The betrayal cut deep. Not only had my girlfriend cheated with my best friend, but she'd lied about being unable to conceive. I demanded a paternity test. Melissa hesitated, claiming it would be emotionally damaging to confirm paternity. Jake offered weak apologies like, "I never meant for this to happen." Soon after, I learned their affair had been ongoing for months. Even more shocking, they both suggested I should provide financial support regardless of paternity. Melissa argued I was more financially stable than Jake, while he implied I had a deeper responsibility to her because of our relationship length. Seeking clarity, I consulted my cousin Ryan, who practices family law. He explained that without legal paternity, no court could force me to pay child support. He advised getting legal representation and avoiding signing anything acknowledging paternity until test results confirmed the truth. The following weeks became a blur of tension and manipulation. Melissa oscillated between guilt-tripping me for abandoning her and professing her continued love. Jake sent messages suggesting we could work things out, as if this betrayal was a minor disagreement. When I pressed Melissa about her infertility claims, she admitted to exaggerating. A doctor had once told her conceiving might be difficult, not impossible, but she'd twisted this into a definitive statement to make me trust her more and worry less about protection. This calculated deception infuriated me. Tensions escalated when Jake and Melissa cornered me at his apartment, pressuring me about financial support. Jake insisted if I really cared about Melissa, I'd support her regardless of paternity. When I reminded him he was likely the father, he complained about his unstable income and claimed I was better positioned to provide. I resolved to protect myself. First, I made it clear I wouldn't contribute financially until paternity was established. Next, I changed my apartment locks and informed Melissa she needed to arrange visits to collect her remaining belongings. My parents, upon learning the situation, urged me to take legal precautions, which I did. Jake and Melissa responded by telling mutual friends I was abandoning a pregnant partner. Several acquaintances reached out, questioning my character. In defense, I began collecting evidence, text messages, call logs, photos, proving their months-long affair. If they wanted to damage my reputation, I would expose the complete truth. We eventually arranged a non-invasive prenatal paternity test at a reputable clinic. Throughout the process, Melissa glared at me while Jake attempted casual jokes about the test being a formality. I remained focused on the procedure, ignoring their attempts to make me feel guilty. During the 2-week waiting period, they intensified their campaign against me. They contacted mutual friends and even some of my relatives. I discovered Melissa was researching ways to list me as the father on official documents after birth, hoping I wouldn't contest it. My cousin warned this could lead to legal obligations if I didn't actively refute it. One evening, Melissa invited me to her parents' house, where I found myself ambushed. Her father insisted I man up regardless of paternity, while her mother claimed a real man wouldn't abandon a pregnant woman. Jake joined in, portraying me as heartless. I firmly stated that if the test proved I wasn't the father, I would walk away completely and respond legally to any attempts to trap me. Finally, the results arrived. I was definitively not the father. Relief washed over me, followed by renewed anger at their manipulation. I forwarded the results to my attorney, along with all evidence of their deceptive behavior. I arranged a meeting with Jake and Melissa at my attorney's office, where I presented the test results and watched their confident facades crumble. My attorney warned them about the legal consequences of falsely naming me on official documents. Melissa cried, accusing me of destroying her life, while Jake complained about his financial situation. I informed them I had documented their entire scheme and would make everything public if they continued slandering me. Word spread quickly that I wasn't the father. Most mutual friends backed away from Jake and Melissa, disgusted by their actions. Jake temporarily left town to escape the gossip. Melissa, facing reality without my financial support, had to accept that child support was Jake's responsibility, not mine. I rebuilt my life, focusing on my career and reconnecting with true friends who stood by me. I processed my emotions through regular mountain biking and therapy sessions. My parents expressed relief, with my father reminding me never to let anyone exploit my kindness again. Today, I've cut all ties with both of them. I occasionally hear updates, Jake working multiple jobs, Melissa living with family members, but I don't dwell on their situation. This experience taught me the importance of boundaries and standing up for myself. I've become more discerning with relationships, though not cynical. Sometimes people ask if I'll ever forgive them. Perhaps someday, but for now, I'm content knowing I protected myself from their manipulation and refused to be exploited. They remain two people who couldn't respect boundaries, and I'm no longer allowing others to dictate my life.